Welcome to Respect, the San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest weekly podcast. We do this every year for 4 years now, Brandy. Is this our fourth?
Yes, this is our fourth year. Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's our fourth year. We do it every, I think, like September to November leading up to the festival.
That's right.
It's been a joy to provide this to the public about not only what's happening at the Dance Fest, but just some education and enlightenment on what it's like to be a dancer, what the history of some of these dance styles and storytelling and much, much more. I'm Micaya, and this is my gorgeous co-host, Brandy Beazley.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah. So, today is September 20th, which means tomorrow is the Underground.
Whoop, whoop. Okay. Yes. That's fun. Love it. I get to do the auction.
You're gonna auction off so many prizes. I don't know if you've been looking, but they're getting more and more every time. We have a whole bunch of prizes. We've got performances by 5 different groups now, including some turfers. And the turfers, I don't know if I told you this, they're gonna teach everybody at the party an iconic turf move. And then whoever does it best is gonna win a prize.
All right, let me warm my ankles up.
Oh, for real. And the shoulder blades. Oh, man. I remember my grandson, he would go and look at the turfers when he was little, and he would just be like doing it. I was like, stop, you're 3.
Mess up your growth.
Damn, maybe that's better.
Maybe.
So yeah, the Underground is our yearly kickoff party / fundraiser for the San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest. This year it's on September 21st. Go to the DanceFest website, which I think is on here at the bottom, sfhiphopdancefest.com. You'll find out about how to make a reservation for Respect, and it's donation based. So give whatever you can. If you do come, you'll get all of those things. We have wine, we got food, but here's the cool ass thing is that it's very welcoming environment. You don't come in and, a bunch of bitches are standing there. I'm being really rude today. I'm sorry. But we don't let
You're telling the truth. It's not a bunch of bitches there.
No, that's just not our community. It's not.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I mean, we're okay. It's okay. Anyway, so that's check that out. And while you're on the Dance Fest website, you can get your tickets because they are on sale for the 27th annual San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest. It's November 8th and 9th. We have 2 companies from the Netherlands.
Wow.
One from Norway, which we already interviewed last week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a Krump group, which I want to talk to Ryan about, from Brussels. And then we have a group from North Carolina, and then 3 companies from the Bay Area.
Wow.
I'm so happy to always represent,
Yes. Got to represent the Bay Area. Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. All right. I think we're ready. I think we already have the mood set for Ryan. We're giggling and laughing, having a good time. Yes. So I'm so excited to introduce Ryan Newman. He's a dancer, comedian, and creative storyteller known for his viral dance comedy videos, which have earned him over 10 million views. With a strong foundation in Krump and hip hop, he's taught all ages, battled nationwide, and performed on stages across the country. And he fuses movement and humor to entertain, connect, and inspire. And he's hella funny. So welcome, Ryan Newman.
Welcome.
y'all are funny. Hey.
Welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So I want to just be transparent that you came to my show, Mission in the Mix, in the end of June because you're a friend of Faye's, who is a friend of everyone. Everybody is a FOF, friend of Faye, because she kind of knows everybody. She's just a lovable person. And I didn't know you before that, which, my bad, because you are super famous on the gram, as they say, the kids say. And you're so funny and so talented and intriguing. And so I started looking at everything you did and asked if we could interview you and get to know you, because honestly, like we don't really know a lot about you. So, like, where are you from? What's your dance background?
So, thank you. I appreciate y'all having me here today. Um, I am originally from North Carolina. So I came out here to California around like 2014. So I wasn't really I was like self-taught dance. Like I was introduced to a movie called Rise. I don't
Mhm.
know if you guys heard it. It's like a documentary on Krump.
Great movie. Great.
Yeah, amazing movie. So my brother actually he introduced me to that movie. And I actually thought Krump was like pretty stupid. I was like, what is this? Like, they look crazy. And then I ended up liking it, enjoying it, just learning dance online, like teaching myself from YouTube. And then once I moved to California, that's when I like really was like, oh, dance is real. Like, oh, people really do this. Like, people really battle and perform. And I knew nothing about musicality, like teaching, dance studios. Like, Faye was like one of the first studios that I actually been to. Because once I first moved to Vacaville, California, around 2014. And I called her studio actually. And I was like, are you guys doing classes? And then I was also in the Krump community too. So I got connected. They were also connected to Faye. So she's like one of the people that I was connected with. But yeah, I always been dancing, and comedy has always just been a part of my life too, since like with my family and stuff. So later on, just end up fusing together, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's a little bit about my background.
So, can you tell our viewers what is Krump if they've never heard of Krump before?
If you never heard of Krump before, Krump is a very expressive dance. It was created in like the early 2000s in Los Angeles. Some can say it's very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It can be aggressive, but it could also be a fun dance too. But it's definitely a dance that helped a lot of people that were like in the streets and certain neighborhoods. It gave them a different outlet to express themselves. So it's a very healthy, therapeutic dance. Um, so some people call it crunk, but it's crunk.
No, it's not Krunk. That's
It's not crunk. It looked like it's crunk.
Right. It looks like they're getting crunk.
Yeah. And everybody's not mad. When you crumping, we not mad all the time. You know, we can crump with joy. We can crump with happiness too. So
Is it also like storytelling?
yeah, it is. Krump has a lot of it's very like expressive. That's why it's like it's more like a freestyle based dance. It does have this like structure to it. I would say it's like organized chaos, but it does have a lot of that storytelling and expressive emotions and how you feeling at the moment. So yeah, it's very powerful in that way.
And I mean, what I have a limited amount of knowledge from just talking freedom and different people who are more in the culture, but like that it evolves constantly. Is that true?
Yeah, because it first started off like Crump was like when they're throwing their arms and stuff, it didn't have structure at first. It was just like expressing. Kind of like if you mad and you like swinging or you swinging at the wall or something, you know what I'm saying? And then over time it evolved and then it got technique
Hmm.
and then it got more structure and then it was turned into like a battle dance. And then it started turning into where people started performing and Freedom is a good example of like evolving the dance because he's like so expressive and different.
Yeah,
Um,
I
in
love
the
it.
way that he expresses himself through Crump. So
Yeah.
yeah, I say Crump is still kind of young, you know what I'm saying? Still a little young, but over time, like now it's international, it's worldwide in like every country. So it's just getting better and better. And we're just discovering more things we can do with it, like using it as a tool for kids, teaching kids and allowing them to express them in ways that they never had before. It's like form of therapy too, because with dance, some people don't, they may be an introvert, they may not know how to express themselves verbally, but with Krump, they can express themselves in ways to where we can really relate to it, where we can feel what they're saying, and you can even speak a different language. And I think that's the beautiful thing about dance is like it's a universal language. So with Krump, it's like you can relate. There's kids that's crumping 4, 5, 3 years old, and they going crazy. And you can like really relate to it, like, oh my God, he's going wild.
That's so profound. Brandy, like think about what he just said.
Well,
That's deep.
I'm like, yeah, it's coming out. It's coming
I
out.
know.
No, it's making me think.
Brandy's the emotion. She's the emotional one. Go ahead, girl.
It makes me think of turf, obviously, right? Because similar kind of, I'll call it birth story, right? They have similar birth stories coming out of places where people have been overlooked, not given the same opportunities as everyone else, dealing with different things. And so I love how you talk about how it's like how the technique develops. And you just got me thinking about all different dances. Like, yeah, the dance comes out from this like kind of raw, maybe, controlled chaos or organized chaos place. And then you start seeing patterns and you start seeing, oh, well, this is now a Krump move, right? And then we start naming it. And it just really makes me like get all goosebumps because this is why I love dance. This is why I just put it all down for dance because it comes from the soul. It comes from the soul. It comes from just that raw experience. And I love seeing kids crump and turf. Oh my God. It's like it's different. It's a little different than the grown-ups. You see them and you're just like, oh my God.
It is. They're like still pure and they're not really like self-conscious and like, oh, what are they thinking about me? They're more free. And turfing is similar in that way of like raw, not really in the studio, to where you really because like choreo is like you learn the steps and you can still express in choreo, but freestyle is like you get to see like who they are on the inside. And you just like it actually touches people's souls and people are like, wow, this is like changed me in a way. I don't know why, but it did.
This is so present. And I love, love, love the fact that you say some people, some kids, adults, and also maybe not know how to say how they're feeling in words, but they can do it other ways. And that everyone is what we all need to either see, hear, feel, participate in, watch. It's important for all of our healing. So that is really profound. So when you first started dancing, you started incorporating the comedy, or when did you start putting the comedy bit with it?
I didn't really put the comedy in for a while. I mean, I was already doing like when Vine and Instagram came out, I was like already doing like funny videos. It wasn't like dance, it was just like funny videos because I was goofy. I wasn't really like trying to because like when Instagram and Vine first came out, content like wasn't a thing. Like there was no such thing as content. So I was like already doing it. And then over time, I had a friend suggest to me, they was like, why don't you try mixing um, Krump with comedy? Because I was like separating the two, like, oh, I'm gonna have a dance page, I'm gonna have a comedy page. Because people know me for like different. And then once he was like, hey, why don't you try that? I was like, all right. And then I just one day I made it's like a skit about Krump. Um, how Krumpers wear a lot of different clothes, and then I made it, and then people was laughing like, "Oh, this is hilarious!" So I was like, "Okay, this might be a good idea." So then I just started doing more and more stuff that I would see happen, because like comedy is truth. So anything that I would see at a dance event, and I'm like, "Oh, that's funny right there," and I would turn it into a skit. And then over time, since I was like really, when I was in California, I was also like doing dance competitions. I started getting into more like teaching at schools, teaching like dance projects. And then I was like getting into more hosting. So I was kind of like I was like hosting choreography. I was like seeing every part of the dance world. So then I started making just like not Krump skits, but dance skits. to where I would explore other styles, other worlds within dance. And then that's when it started exploding even more. And just, the more you know about the culture, the more you know, the more you could make skits about it. So over time, I just continued to do it. And then a lot of dancers, they was just like, yo, this resonates with me. And it's dancers from everywhere, like different countries. Because, a lot of it's like physical comedy. So they don't, I'm not like speaking. So you could be French, you can be Hispanic, and you can still understand it because it's such a universal language.
Yeah.
So, and it's such a like new, fresh lane. It's never really been people
No.
that's making comedy about the dance world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got into that.
It's so clever. It's
It really
so
is.
clever and so funny, especially to us in the dance community. Does anybody ever get offended?
No, I don't think so. I think
Everybody
you
feels
may
good.
get a couple comments where people is like, maybe like one or two, but it's like you get more messages like, yo, this really helped me. Or like,
Mm.
I get messages from people like in the hospital. I get messages from like dance parents, dance kids, because they like, oh, I feel seen. Even if it's something that's like, making fun of something like, oh, when you scared to go in groups in class. Even the people that's scared, it makes it a little bit more lighter for them because now they're like, oh, this is not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Or if you mess up in a performance and I make fun of that, then when you mess up, you like, oh, I remember that skit Jigman did, and it just makes you laugh rather than like you feeling insecure or like just to let you know, like, hey, this stuff is not that serious. We all humans, we all mess up. It's okay to laugh at this stuff so you can continue to move forward. So I think I get more encouraging messages than being offended. And I also make sure that I'm like intentional when I'm like making the videos. Like, let me make sure this is like clever and witty and funny and not tearing somebody down. So I also make sure the ingredients of the skits have that pure intention and motive.
Well, that's nice to hear. I mean, everyone's a little sensitive these days. I was feeling you were going to be like, yes, I get so much hate, just
Well, I did a Red Bull skit. You do get a couple you get a little bit, but it's not a lot. I think I got people defend me and stuff. I got like fans that just
good.
they defend me. Somebody on the post say something, like 4 people will come in like, what? What you saying? What you talking about?
No.
Because you really have hit on the something that is super healing, and that's just what's so counterintuitive. That you think if you're just going to do comedy, that it's going to be superficial, but in reality, what you're doing is deep and healing and really affecting people in ways that. I mean, if you got deep and tried to be serious, maybe it just wouldn't happen. And so I think it's a good reminder of us to us all that, that humor and this lightheartedness is not only clever but really helpful.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I have a visitor. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
That's
I was
Lena.
just talking about Lena yesterday with my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Micaya sent me one of your posts on Instagram, and I immediately was cracking up because how you talk about comedy is the truth, right? That's so true. And then when you talk about people not wanting to go in groups in class or like switch lines, and you're like, I'm just gonna stay back here and not switch. It's there's so much funny.
It's
Yeah.
so
I just
much.
never thought like, oh yeah, a comedian who talks about dance. There's so much.
There's so many funny things. I think a lot of it is about Krump culture, but I've seen it about like dance class culture. I've seen you make fun of battling and judges and just all of that. And, it's so spot on. That's the other thing. Like you said, it's so the truth that it makes everyone that's been in the culture laugh a little more than if you haven't, but I think probably everyone, even outside of dance culture, can understand and appreciate it, right?
That's the biggest thing is like there are so many non-dancers that think These videos are hilarious, and it also brings people to dance because there's a lot of people that's dancing now. They be like, "Oh, I've never heard of Krump, or I didn't think Krump was still going on. I thought it ended at Stomp the Yard, you know." Or
Mm.
people don't know about like jams. They don't know about dance competitions, the performances, like the festival that you guys are doing. A lot of people still don't know. They only know stuff that's like mainstream, like So You Think You Can Dance, and
Yeah.
you know, they don't. So it's like it's exposing people to dance, to welcoming more into our world. Because I think our world is still haven't really been shown,
Mm.
even through movies. It hasn't really been displayed in its entirety, on how powerful and amazing it is. And you know, dancers are still not getting paid as much. We still not really getting that. Like overseas, like Europe. When I went over there, I went to Amsterdam and I went to Paris, and they just like value dance and the arts at such a higher level. When I seen that, that like changed my perspective. Like, wow, okay, we still got work to do here. And I think this is just a good like avenue, a different way to bring about dance.
You can say that again loudly for the people in the back.
I know, right?
That's some truth. So
Yeah.
for the people that don't know about the Dance Fest that might be watching because they love you, we're the first festival that has made its mission to honor the artistry of hip hop dance and hip hop dance artists in a sophisticated setting, an iconic event that's been happening now since 1999. There were plenty of other shows and battles and competitions, but as far as something that really honors the artistry and provides all these professional dancers, their
Yeah.
flights and their hotels and their food and massage services and everything we can possibly do for them to honor them as the artists that they are. And then they perform their works of art. They're choreographed, intentional pieces, beginning, middle, and end. And we've done it on a dime. I mean, like basically my entire trajectory is like, how can I write a grant or get some donations? Donation would come in. Okay, I can afford some pizza. Okay, some donation. Okay, I can afford a little stroganoff or whatever, some beef chicken wings or something. And like, so that's been my little indicator that the Dance Fest is growing. Have we ever had any corporate money or a penny? Not even one. Not even a cent. But we have had grants. We are arts funded. We're donation. And 27 years, and I'm just saying this to everyone, we really should be more sustained by now. If we were like a ballet organization or opera or something, I just don't think that we would be hanging on a string the way we still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just go get a little political, but in Europe, it's they know the power of the arts, right? And people that are folks up in government know the power of arts too, and that's why they don't want to give the money out. Mm-hmm. And in scene.
Yeah.
But so we have a group called Company Konzi, Konzi. They're from Brussels. Wait a minute. I just had a thought that I could show you their photo because it's my Zoom, but I don't want to be that grandma that takes like 20 years to be like, why do I push? I could do it though. I could do it. They're iconic. They're beautiful. They're doing this piece. I can't remember the name right now. It's a 20-minute piece. It's gorgeous. It involves this light bulb coming from the stage, the ceiling of the stage, and they're reaching for it and they're doing all of this stuff. And it's real moody. It's a vibe. So I know you're coming. You just I know I want you to come because I know you've never been, and I definitely want you to experience. I know you came to Mission in the Mix, but that's a whole different thing than the Dance Fest.
Yeah, that was amazing too.
Oh, thank you. I know you saw my comedy piece and you were like, oh, you're doing comedy and dance too.
Right.
Yeah, I took notes. I did, because I just did a Krump comedy show in LA like maybe a couple weeks ago. It's like the first stand-up at a dance event. So I did some physical comedy too. But yeah, I definitely took notes from y'all show, because I was like, okay, this is what dance comedy would look like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not as easy as it seems in my mind.
Yeah.
Believe me, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that's going to be so easy. And then just those little interactions, especially with dancers who want to be like, what count do I do that? Like, yeah, that's not the thing. It's not a count.
Yeah.
Or, like, don't be so performative. Just be like a regular, be subtle. And that's kind of hard for dancers, to not be like, whoa,
Yeah.
what? But it was fun. I'm actually redoing that piece for the DanceFest. So 2.0 of that piece it'll be happening. So yeah, this has been brilliant. I really appreciate your time, because I wanted to get to know you just after meeting you, and Brandy wanted to get to know you, and I think our listeners probably know you, but then hopefully your listeners will know us a little bit, and let's just continue to build this relationship, because you seem like a beautiful soul.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm definitely gonna come check out the festival and just continue to connect and because I stuff more I want to learn and stuff in your space, so I can be able to be a good value to the dance community on different levels. So yeah, I'm still learning and still growing in a lot of areas with this. So I appreciate it.
Where do you live? Vegas or California?
I just moved to Vegas literally probably like a week ago.
Oh, congratulations. Okay. Well, if you're in Oakland or the Bay Area on tomorrow, September 21st, please come to the Underground. I'd be glad to have you there. And of course, I'm going to save you 2 tickets for the DanceFest as well, once you let me know what day you want to come.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brandy, Ryan, everyone, thank you for this time. We will see everyone not only at the DanceFest, at the Underground tomorrow, if you can make it, but at the 27th Annual San Francisco International Hip Hop Dance Fest, November 8th and 9th, at the Palace of Fine Arts Theater. Come in, check out artistry at its finest at the Fine Arts of Palace.
Yes.
The Palace of Fine Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very there for a very clear reason, because I really do want to represent that it is fine art and it should be respected as such. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, come and check it out. Support art, support local art. No matter how you're feeling, it's going to make you feel better. And until we see you, much love and much
respect.
Thank you. Bye, y'all. Bye.